I think science actually needs women. It also needs diversity of all kinds, but I think the different perspectives are actually a powerful way of making sure that we answer our questions completely and in a way that's most useful to society. We're both kind of field scientists, and I think the enjoyment and pleasure that comes from kind of encountering the world and having your real experiences out there is actually what drew me into science, as well as like deep curiosity of understanding and wanting to understand how things work.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think I was very adventurous, I guess, as a child. No one ever told me I couldn't do anything, and I was just interested in the world. But I knew I didn't want a desk job. I knew I wanted to be finding things out and exploring and having adventures, and those opportunities were there. So here I am.
It's a good point talking about the opportunities as well, though, because I think I've always been encouraged and felt that the opportunities for me were equal for everybody else. I reckon a super important component for me doing hard physical research in the field is that everybody, male or female or whoever I've worked with, has just taken the team together as a unit, like whatever we can do, and nobody's ever implied that I couldn't do it as well as somebody else.
Yeah, I would agree. Also, yeah, I've never been told I couldn't do anything in the field, and in my specialist field in caving is very much inclusive to everybody. And my own caving club back in the UK at the University of Bristol, they had women on the committee from the very start, over 100 years ago. So from the very start, women were included within in the caving community, and it's definitely not a 50-50 balance, but I've never felt that to be a problem necessarily. It's never been a barrier. It's just the way it is, but underground everyone's equal. Yeah.
And I think it's important to say, though, because I think there are people who've had very different experiences from ours, and it might reflect on the fact that we are still here in science, that we had those supportive, nobody saying you can't do this kind of experiences.
Yeah. There's a lot of women in the student body, and then as you go further up the career path, there are fewer and fewer women. They get lost as you get towards the higher positions. And for myself, I had a baby a year ago on International Women in Science Day, so my first baby, and things have changed from that point, I'll be honest. So up until then, I have felt fully supported as a woman in science. I've benefited from female development programs that keep women in science. My professorship is specifically to promote women to higher positions in the university. But as a mother in science, it's a very different experience.
We started in Austria a branch of a wider international program that aims to take young girls who haven't had the experience of going outdoors or in science, like outdoor adventure and the MINT sciences are places where girls are underrepresented. And so we try and merge both of these things and run a sort of mentoring and educational program where we take groups of girls to a glacier with an all-female mentoring team to show them what the possibilities might be. It's a group of volunteers that offer a no-cost expedition to 9 girls a year. And we go, and some of the girls are camping for the first time. Some have never been on a glacier, hopefully. And so we try and select people who haven't had these kind of experiences. And I think the thing that best represents the spirit of the program to me is if she can see it, she can be it. So to allow girls to be to meet and talk with and overnight with and cook with female scientists and artists and mountain guides. And also people who work in the outdoor industry and people who work in various aspects of science, in particular earth science, because we do this outdoor program, but the wider sciences as well, to just see what kind of lives are out there and the diversity of options
I went along as well after the last expedition ended to see the final presentations from all these girls, and it was so amazing what Lindsey and her team had done for these girls, and how you could see that what they'd learned over the week, and how they changed and become more confident in themselves and more aware of what was possible. It was really incredible to see. It was like people like Lindsey and myself are here, and we're open to being approached. And I think that's the same for most, if not all, female scientists. If a young female, a young girl approached us and said, I'm interested in this, but I'm not really sure what to do, we've always got time for people who are interested. So don't be afraid to reach out to someone who you think might be able to help in some way.
If your heart's in it, then of course you will find a way. And I think it would be maybe important to find a good ally or pair of allies in case there's, rough sections in the road.
Yeah, and I would say some advice I was given was do what you enjoy, because it shows in the final product. And that is the best piece of advice I have ever been given. And that is what my whole career is built on, basically. If I enjoy it, I do it. And then I invest my time and my energy. And there are difficult times along the way, and hard patches and rough patches. And provided you enjoy the overall experience and you understand why you're there, you get through those